Huge thank you to SUPAREE for sponsoring today's video.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today in this video, as you can see by the title, we are installing rock lights on Project Raptor. Now, this will be an installation process for all 2007 through 2018 Jeep Wrangler JK and Jeep Wrangler JKUs. Let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, guys, so here are the rock lights right here. These are the SUPAREE RGBW LED rock lights with a phone app control or just a remote control. It supports both. Now, we're gonna go ahead and unbox these here. Now, if you guys have been a fan of the channel for a while, you would know that I did install one of SUPAREE's products already, and that was the tire or the spare tire delete kit. And I love it, it's fantastic, and I have nothing bad to say about it. Now, we're gonna go ahead and unbox these. So we've got an after-sales service guarantee card, yep. Let's see. It comes with 6 lights. Now, you can get these in 2 different variations. One, you can get these with 6 lights, or you can get them with 8 lights. So I've got one of them unboxed right here for you. So they've got pretty good extension on for the cords. So you can put them pretty much anywhere, I would think. We've got the light here itself. It's got 10 LEDs. This is made of an ABS plastic, and it's IP67 waterproof, which is phenomenal. If you're running through water, creeks, mud, whatever, they are rated for it. Now, these will last you about 50,000 hours, which is plenty of time, if I do say so myself. We're gonna go ahead and unbox the rest of this stuff. So we've got a pretty nice remote control here. It looks like you can do any light you want, a flash, a slow mode. You can set them on a timer, or you can do them via music. We're going to be checking this stuff out later in the video. I will be doing a full test of these lights. Looks like we've got some installation hardware. We've got some more cordage here. This looks like going to be the control box with all of the plugs that you plug the lights into. And that black control box looks like it plugs into this thing here, which is got, I guess, an on-off switch. And it's got our power and ground wires that go to your battery. Like that a lot. Ooh. Perfect. And they also send you some zip ties, which is fantastic. Depending on where you want to mount them. It's got looks like an installation instructions, maybe? No? So this just tells you how to download the app and shows you all the parts that come with, and there is a little small installation guide as well. And last but not least, we've got some sticky pads for the lights that you can put on the bottom of the lights to stick them anywhere you want. Now, I will say that there is 3 different ways you can install these lights. 1, you can use the zip ties and zip tie them anywhere you want. 2, you can use those little sticky pads. I think that's like 3M tape basically, and you stick it to the back of the light and then you stick it anywhere you want. Or you can use the installation hardware, drill you some holes and install the hardware with this here. Or you can use actually self-tappers. So there's actually 4 ways to do it. I'm not going to be using self-tappers. I don't believe I'm going to be using the installation hardware as well. I think I'm just going to be zip tying them up into place for now, and then maybe on down the road I'll go back in with the installation hardware or self-tappers and run them into the Jeep somewhere. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the installation. Guys, one thing that we need to discuss before starting this installation is the fact on where to put the rock lights. Now, you can put these rock lights wherever you want to. Like I said, this kit comes with 6, or you can get the kit that comes with 8. Now, where I'm going to be putting mine is up underneath in the wheel wells and up underneath on the frame of the Jeep. Let me go ahead and show you. So I will be putting one on each side of the front fenders, one on each side up underneath somewhere in the center here, and one on each side in the rear wheel well. Said before, you can put them anywhere you want to. You can put them on the inside, you can put them on the outside. Just really depends on where you want to put them. Let's go ahead and jump into the installation. All right, so I spent a little bit of time trying to figure out where exactly I want to put these under the front fender well. That's where we're going to be starting. And this is where I've decided to put it, right here. Now this is going to give me, I think, a lot of light onto the tire and all the way around it, so I can see where my approach angle will be. And if I have to move them later on down the road, I can do that. That's not a big deal. That's why I zip tied them in place. And yes, I know zip tying is not really the best mounting option, but for now, that's pretty stiff where it's going to be, and it's going to give me a lot of light for my approach angle, like I said. And I think that's what we're going to be doing for the front. So since I got that one mounted, we're going to go ahead and move to the other side and do the exact same thing. All right, guys, so I've made a little progress here. So I've got the control here where it goes to your battery, and then the other one goes to the control box. I've got it fed through a little tiny hole with a gasket on it for our switch. I'm just going to stick my switch right here on the dash somewhere, and that'll be fine. So my next thing I've got to do is I'm going to hook these up to power. I've tried already some wiring thing. I have to extend the wires a little bit with my extension wire. I'll do that, run them to the battery, and we'll be fine. So I've got a little bit distracted here. So I put this one on the front part. This one over here is on the back. So what I think I'm going to do is, after I hook these up to power, I'm going to test them out just to see what looks the best, and then we'll come up here and either move this one to the front or the other one to the back. So we'll see you guys here in just a bit. Guys, so a little bit of progress has been made. Is it the prettiest wiring in the world? No, it's not. So I've got my positive hooked up, I've got my negative or ground hooked up, and these are my connections here that I had to extend, and everything's zip tied up and out of the way. So now I will come back in here later on and clean this wiring up a little bit. I've got some high heat wrap to wrap around these wires and really clean that up so you can't really see the wiring. So I'll come back and do that later. Our next thing that we have to do is we're going to come in here and we are going to find a location for our control box and all of these wirings. So let me find a suitable spot for this and we'll come back. All right, guys, a little bit of an update here. So our control box, I cleaned the surface back there on our battery tray and mounted it back there. I'm going to have to put all of these where all the wires meet right here. I'm going to have to mount that somewhere. Probably gonna have to mount it right here or somewhere in this area. I've got all of our wires just tucked in here for now, but our front one is mounted up right here in the front section here. I've got some more of the wiring done across here, and then this one's mounted in the back. I'm just going to try this setup for now. This is probably not a permanent setup, but later on down the line I will adjust them if I need to. So I've got those hooked up. The wiring is still a bit of a mess for now, but our next thing we're going to do is we're going to see about mounting lights underneath here. So I'm going to get down there with 2 lights, see where I should mount them up and wire them up, and then we'll come back. Guys, I want to interject here in the middle of the installation of these rock lights to tell you about today's sponsor, which is SUPAREE. SUPAREE is the company that sent me these rock lights. SUPAREE is a company that specializes in all things lighting. They do have a wide range of products all across their website. They have lighting for the top of your windshield. They have lighting for the front A-pillars here. They have bumper lights. They have rock lights, and they also have some interior products as well. They have lighting options and interior products available for everything Jeep, all the way from the YJ to the TJ, JK, JL, the JT, the Gladiator, all of it, and also including the new Ford Bronco. So if you guys want to check out products from SUPAREE, there's a link in the description box below so you can check them out for yourself. So let's go ahead and jump back into the video. Yet again, thank you SUPAREE for sponsoring today's video. All right, guys, we've been doing some work. So I found a mounting spot for the one down here. I put it on the side facing outwards so I could see what's around me. And I got that ran up alongside the frame here and connected back to our spot here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, on the side of the vehicle, and then we're going to move to the rear. So I was worried if I was going to have enough cordage to do the rear, but SUPAREE supplies a extension cord of such so you can run your back rock lights, which is great. Thank you, SUPAREE. Also, the ones I did on the side, I went ahead and self-tapered those into the frame. It's not the best option. Do I like drilling holes into my Jeep? No, but it'll work for now. This is probably a temporary setup until I see them in action and can decide on a more permanent place for them. All right, guys, so this is where we're at. So we've got the fronts done and we've got the side ones done. Now, like I said before, the fronts are aiming downward so I can see my approach angle and see my tires. And also the side ones are facing outwards towards us so I can see what's around me. I think that's going to be the setup for now. And then this weekend, I don't know if I've mentioned this or not, this weekend I'm going to Windrock. By the time you see this video, the weekend will be over with. And I'm going to try to film a little bit over the weekend for Windrock and get some footage of these lights as well, and just footage for another video. Anyway, so what I've decided to do is not hook up the rears just yet. I'm going to wait and do that. Maybe we can hook these up on a live stream or something like that, or just in another video. But for now, I'm going to leave the rears disconnected. I'll bring them with me, and for now, this is going to be it. So the game plan for now is I'm going to clean up my area out here because it's a giant mess. And I'm also going to clean up the wiring. I'm going to do some more tucking, some more organizing, zip tie a couple more things to the wiring harness on the firewall, and then we can move on. All right, guys, so everything installation-wise is done. Like I said, we just did the fronts and we did the ones underneath the center of the body here. I'm going to hold off on the rears. Like I said, everything wiring is done. It's not the best job. No, I'm not going to show it on camera because it's not the best job at all. It looks terrible, but nothing is touching nothing that can get hot, so everything's fine on that part. I'm going to let it get a little darker and we'll come back out here and I'll show you guys the lights on and working. And if you guys want to get these for yourselves, check them out in the link in the description box below, and go check them out for yourselves. Like I said, they sell them in a 6-pack or an 8-pack. So I'm gonna wait for it to get a little darker and then we'll come out here and check them out. All right, guys, so we're out here. It has gotten a little darker, so now I'm gonna be able to show you guys the lights in full. I'm gonna go ahead and turn them on with this very nice remote. And there they are. Man, they look good. You know, I was thinking when I installed the ones in the front that the approach angle was not going to be able to be seen at night, but I think when I stick my head out the window and I see that, I think that's perfect, exactly where it should be. Now the ones on the sides, that's a little bright, my apologies, they'll just let me see out what's to my left and what's to my right. I'm not going to really be able to see the other side here, but man, they look really good. We're going to go through a couple of the different settings here and just look at the different colors. This is the brightest that they will go, and this is the white setting. We're going to change through a couple of different colors here. That's red. Wow, that looks really good. Green. Blue, that's cool. Orange, nice, very nice. I guess that's a light green. Okay. Ooh, a purple. Okay, that's pretty cool. Or either that's a purple or a dark blue. I can't really tell. It looks more purple to me. We got a bunch of different shades of different colors here. Now that's pretty cool. You guys know, if you guys have been a follower on the channel for a while, you guys know that I've had purple accent colors and purple logos and stuff on the Jeep. So that looks really cool. Now I'm not going to be driving around with this kind of stuff with the rock lights on. I'm just going to use them for off-road purposes only. And that's, I don't like the trucks that drive around looking like a spaceship. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use them what they're intended for. Now, there's a couple of different, I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me come closer here with the camera here and getting some light. There's a couple of different settings here that we can do. It looks like jump 3, jump 7, fade 3, fade 7, quick, slow, flash, auto. It looks like you can set a timer and do something for music or whatever. That's pretty cool. And then some brightness settings right here on the side. You can dim them or make them brighter. But like I said, this is the brightest that they will go. And then whatever these are here, let's try a couple of these out here. Let me get back here and stand here. All right, let's try, let me see. We'll try jump 7, see what that does. Okay, so it flashes through an assortment of different colors. That's pretty cool. Jump 3. So it'll jump between 3 different colors. That's pretty cool. Fade 3. That's pretty cool. I don't see why you would want to use that, but that's just my personal preference, I guess. Fade, I don't know what that one was. Fade 7. That's pretty cool. Go through all the colors, I believe. Set a timer, and then we're going to try one of these music options. I clicked one and then they turned off. There's another music option. I don't know. I guess you can hook them up to your sound system somehow, maybe. Oh, that's party mode. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then one of these that looks like a sundown or a sunset and a sunrise setting. I'm going to click that. That's sunrise. And that's pretty cool. And then sunset. I guess it goes from white to, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. All right, that's pretty cool, but I'm going to keep it on the standard white as per my want and need, I guess. I would say they turned out pretty dang well. They're pretty bright. Pretty bright. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave me a like, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos like this. We'll see you guys in the next one.